Good evening and welcome to television.
And 2 years later, it was welcome to elections on television. In November 1958, Robert Menzies went to his fifth election as Prime Minister at the head of the Liberal Country Party coalition. Herbert Doc Evatt was still Labor's leader despite losing the 1955 election after the devastating Labor split of April that year. Evatt had earlier expelled 7 Victorian members, known as the Groupers, who opposed the growing influence of communists within the union movement and the ALP. They all lost their seats in 1955, but gave their preferences to the Liberal Party. 2 years later, the split had spread to all states and the Democratic Labor Party had been formed. Menzies was the immediate beneficiary, increasing his majority from 7 to 28 in 1955. In 1958, more than 5.5 million voters went to the polls for the country's 22nd Parliament, but a first for television. Here's one of the ABC's presenters, Michael Charlton.
To elect a new government to Parliament House in Canberra. And the counting of the votes has already begun. Tonight, the ABC News Service welcomes you to the first television coverage of a federal election.
The tally room process was painstaking, but the first coverage did introduce something more enduring, the expert panel.
Professor Storrs on the right, then Mr McMahon, Mr Ward and Mr Kane representing each of the main political parties.
Jack Kane from the DLP represented the one factor that really counted in this election, the DLP's disruptive impact on the ALP and the flow of its preferences to the Liberal Party. As a result, the Menzies-led coalition picked up a 4.9% swing and another increase in its majority to 32.